Dear Misty, I have a situation that keeps bothering me, and I would really like your advice on it. I'm a 20-year-old, and I'm a transsexual, transgendered woman, male to female, for the past 3 years. A majority of the drag queens do not respect me as being trans, and are very hateful. I don't know what to do. Darling. Alright, so change the word transgendered. Change the word transsexual to tall. Change that word to fat. Change that word to pimply. Change that word to nerdy. Change that word to outcast. Change that word to anything else. Because the reality is, the fact that you're transgendered has nothing to do with the equation. That's a crutch or an insecurity that you have because you're like, oh, people might not accept me because I'm different. Imagine if these other drag queens don't like you because you're tall. If they don't like you because you're fat. Think like that. These bitches don't like me because I'm fat, therefore I have to fucking prove myself. I have to be beautiful. I have to be amazing. I have to be fierce. Now, if you're super fishy, if you're super passable, if you're unclockable, and you look like a real woman, kind of think like a bio queen or a faux queen. And I do a video about it here, which means, oh, for example, out of the blue today I wanted to paint the house down. I just felt like after doing Adele so much for work, I wanted to wear as much makeup as possible. So I'm painted out of my mind tonight. But paint out of your mind is what I'm saying. My problem is a lot of the trannies like to paint fishy for the stage. My theory is, don't wear on stage what you would wear at Walmart. I love that you might be a beautiful, passable, transsexual goddess in the daytime. But at nighttime, you don't need to be beautiful and passable and fishy. You need to be fierce and outrageous and amazing. The gays are not going to respect you unless you're painted the house down. The gays are not going to respect you unless you're wearing hair out of your mind. The gays are not going to respect you until you're costumed for the gods. That's just the way it is. Look at transsexual goddesses and transgendered gorgeous women. For example, rest in peace, Erica Andrews. For example, Erica Norell. For example, Mimi Marks. There's a lot of girls that you can search and Google where you can see them. Yeah, in the daytime, like Mimi Marks did Trantasia, where she was talking about she knew she made it when she could walk through the White Sox Stadium in Chicago without a stitch of makeup on, her hair in a ponytail, and nobody clocked her as a man or a transgender person. When they just thought she was a real woman walking through, that's when she knew she made it. That's her. That's her. But you don't want to do that on stage. And she doesn't either. When she's on stage, she paints the house down. She's wearing makeup, she's wearing hair, because you have to paint for the stage. Look at real women like Christina Aguilera and Lady Gaga and even Madonna. Any woman, Jennifer Lopez, any woman who is on stage is wearing stage makeup. Yes, for photography and stage lighting and videos and movies, it doesn't really look like they're wearing stage makeup, but if you were to see them in real life, even men, you're like, whoa, you're wearing a lot of makeup. Yeah, it's for the camera. Even Dr. Oz, you'll notice when he does demos, he won't put anything on his face. I'm a huge Dr. Oz fan. He won't put anything on his face because he's wearing a ton of makeup. Sometimes you can really see it, but most of the time you can't. But he's wearing makeup. He's not going to say, oh, let's try that on me, because his makeup will come off. So he's always like, can I put it on you? The customers. My point, but back to the topic. The reason the drag queens are giving you shit is because a lot of drag queens feel that you have an unfair advantage. They're trying to look like women, and you're mostly already there. I mean, I don't know who you are. I don't know how. I mean, 3 years, you could still look like a man, or you could be an unclockable, fierce tranny. I don't know. I'm not looking at your pictures. I don't know you. But drag queens could be very jealous. And drag queens in general are just really mean to the new drag queens because they don't want competition. 1 minute you're in, 1 minute you're out. This is entertainment. Your career is not guaranteed. Your night at a nightclub is not guaranteed. Some new bitch can come in and be amazing and take your job. It's just the way it is. sucks. But it's true. And they're looking at this new queen thinking, God, she's gorgeous, I fucking hate her, and then they give you shit. So the only thing, just like I said, if you think you're fat or tall or ugly or pimply or whatever, you have to overcompensate for your lacking. Whereas in reality, your lacking is an advantage. It's not hard for you to look like a woman. You're already a woman. A transgendered woman, but still a woman. So just as I said before, to the biological women that want to do faux drag, you have to step it up and be extra outrageous to gain the respect. And once you have their respect, you got it, girl. My point is, there are beautiful trannies out there that entertain the stages, the kids, the homos, and the gays love them, they worship them, and so do the queens. They do, and it's going to happen like that for the rest of the world. But no matter who you are as a starting out drag queen, they're going to give you shit. Whether you're a tranny or a boy or a drag queen or a booger or tall or fat or pimply or just hideous, you're going to get shit. Even if you're beautiful but you don't think it, they're going to give you shit. If you think you're beautiful and you're not, you're going to get even more shit. Every drag queen, when they first start, they think they're so amazing. And that's when they really get slayed. And it happens all the time. And that's when the girls, the professional girls that are working in the club will look at you and laugh. I've worked with many girls. Like, for example, I had to work 5 years before I could get paid. 5 years performing in the nightclubs. 5 years of doing free shows. Almost every day or as much as I could. 5 years. Before I got $1. Well, I'm not including tips. I'm talking about from a club. Like to be paid to show up. And I admit, the first year I started doing drag, I thought I was the kiki. I remembered my first Halloween contest. I remember my first Halloween costume contest. And my first time ever in drag. I was hideous. I was a monster. I was a booger. I was a brick. It was horrible. And I remember thinking, God, I should have won this contest, because looking in the mirror, I was the best me that I could be. But in reality, I wasn't the best queen that could be. I was just the best me. And comparing me to other people, I wasn't the best. So you have to realize you have to paint for stage, paint for photography, paint for the spotlight, paint for the flash photography, paint for the back row, and paint for the homos, the faggots, the queers. And when you paint for the stage and you dress for the stage and you coif for the stage, that's when you're going to get the respect and loyalty. But if you think you're a fishy queen and you come out as a beautiful tranny or a transgendered woman and you go to that stage with your Walmart clothes and your Walmart makeup, they're just going to laugh at you. Yeah, she's pretty. For example, I had a girl at the Tranny Palace for I think 3 years on and off who is gorgeous. She could walk through the White Sox game. She could walk through Walmart. She could walk through anywhere, the beach, and nobody would know she was a tranny. Nobody. Because she's a goddess. But on stage, the first 2 years she painted for stage, she painted for Walmart. And I told her, she's like, why am I not making any money? I'm like, well, it was hard for me to help her at the beginning because she already thought she knew everything, and I don't, and many queens don't want to help you. If you know everything, if you know everything there is to know about drag, and you're already the best, why am I going to help you become better? You're the best. But if you're humble and you want to learn and you want to grow, that's when people want to help you, because you're eager to listen and you're eager to learn. So after 2 years, she's like, well, what is wrong? And I told her, I said, Mama, first of all, it's your makeup. You're beautiful. End of story. You are gorgeous. But look on the stage. Look on the spotlights. Your makeup is gone. It looks like you have no makeup on. And then I come to find out she was dating this tranny chaser that didn't want anybody to know she was born a man, who didn't want anyone to know she was transgendered. I'm like, fine, that's okay with that. I'm okay with that. And you should be okay with that too. If that's your life and you choose to live it and you choose to be with him, then do it. But when you're with him, you're not on stage. Look like a gorgeous real woman at Walmart or at the family reunions. You don't need to look like a real woman on stage in a gay bar. If you're on stage in a gay bar, everyone knows you were born a man anyway. Paint like it. And so she did start to do more drag makeup. And she did start to grow, but then she got a big head and moved on. Anyways, but that's a whole nother Jerry Springer. My point to you is, if you want to demand their respect, you have to earn it. And you have to pretend you are a brand new drag queen, just like everyone else has to start, or even a bio queen or a faux queen. And you really have to try harder. Faux queens have it tough. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants a new, like I said before, nobody wants a new queen, period. Especially the queens that work in the bar. They're like, oh God, somebody's trying to take my job. They don't want to help you. They definitely don't want to help you if you're beautiful, because then you're definitely a threat. But again, don't wear fishy hair on stage. Don't wear fishy makeup. And that might help you. Hope I could help you. Loving you is easy.